Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. After a quick first game of the day, which saw the Cleveland Whitecaps fall at the hands of the OCBC 4-1, it is time for game number 2 of our doubleheader. It's the BHM Buckeyes and the Cleveland Baseball Federation up next on SME Sports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
We say good morning once again from Swikert Field on the campus of John Carroll University in University Heights, Ohio. Game 2 of our doubleheader sees the BHM Buckeyes take on the Cleveland Baseball Federation. Hello, everybody. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. Allie Hall will be joining me, but as of right now, you might be able to see her on the field, actually, if we angle the cameras the right way, but she is still awaiting the roster card for the BHM Buckeyes. It appears they have not been able to submit one quite yet. One thing we do know for the Buckeyes on the mound this afternoon, it is going to be the now graduate of Andrews Osborne Academy in Jake Huffman wearing number 16. We talked a lot about Mason Pozo yesterday for this squad, an ace arm who can easily win a game. He pitched in game number 2 a little bit in a big loss to T3 Kimek, but still, the BHM Buckeyes held their own in that game, losing 3-0. You look back to that contest, they had runners at the corners with nobody out. Double play up the gut really killed them. Runner stayed put at third, and then the side was retired. And you go back to game number 1 against Premier Relic. They were able to score early. They took a 1-0 lead in that game. This BHM squad has plenty of grit behind them. They can be a top team in this tournament when they're at their best. This is now must-win territory for BHM. A loss here, and any chances of making it to the final round in the top division, they're going to be gone. You need at a minimum, and not even all 2-2s make it, you would need that record to get there. Most likely 3-1 gets you in. The Cleveland Baseball Federation, though, they are well on track for that. 5-0 on the year so far. A lot of college commits on their roster. A lot of top players on their squad. They are the favorites heading into this game. But as I mentioned, all it takes is one gutsy and scrappy performance by the BHM Buckeyes to really change that. Initially, first pitch was scheduled for 10:20 a.m. after it got moved up by around 25 minutes. But it appears we will be delayed at least for a couple of moments. Allegedly, the BHM head coach is not here quite yet. If that is the case, we will have to hold off until he gets here. Otherwise, it will be the bench coach taking over as the skipper for now. As for the CBF, they appear all fueled up and ready to go. So we will take a look at their order real quick. It is Jeffrey Seiss leading it off, followed by Hudson Abel, Caleb Reinhard, Corbin Marshall, Trey Martin, Martwan Shannon, Jalen Brazelton, Brandon Miller, Brady Stowall, and rounding it out is Robbie Sikora, the first baseman, batting 10th. The defense, Stovall behind the dish, Sikora at first, Miller at second, Reinhardt at short, Marshall at third, and from left to right in the outfield, it's Abel, Seiss, and Martin. The starting pitcher is unknown right now. It could be one of the AHs, or it could also be their one bench piece, which is the other Brazelton, which is Gerald. He could be the starting pitcher, but that was not designated on their lineup card that we do have. So we will see who is on the mound for the CBF in a few moments' time. The umpires there on the field, you see them right above the score bug on your screen. They are talking about a potential start time, I would assume. But right now, the BHM Buckeyes, it looks like starting to get that lineup card ready. That is what the holdup is right now. Once again, you could have your bench coach fill in as the head coach for now. But I think they need a lineup card to submit, not only to us, but also to the umpires to get this game underway. They have an idea of what is going to happen, and even if it's not perfect to what was supposed to, that is what they are going to go with in this game, it appears. But we will step aside here for a moment on the Smee Sports YouTube channel. The action about to get underway here at Schweikert Field. This is the 2025 Midwest Challenge on Smee Sports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Welcome back to Schweikert Field on the campus of John Carroll University. First pitch now moments away. We do have a lineup card secured at long last, and we are all ready to go. Allie, you were down on the field for pregame warm-ups for both teams. What are your thoughts heading in, and who do you feel has the advantage?
Honestly, whenever I went to both teams, they both seemed that they were ready to play. But looking at the roster for both teams, I see that the older team with the college commits from from JCU, their home field right now, an Ohio State commit. And also we have some from Teal. And then we have some that are going to Otterbein, Hiram, Walsh, Wittenberg, and Owens.
A good variety on that roster. Stepping in to get us underway for the Cleveland Baseball Federation is Jeffrey Slice, and he will ground over to third to begin. Throw across is in time. 1 up, 1 down, and we are off to a flying start. Slice just finished up his time over at Revere in Richfield. He is committed to play at the next level, going to Otterbein, one of many commits on this squad to the Otterbein Cardinals. Now Hudson Abel, the left fielder, will step in. Yet another Otterbein commit stepping in. He'll take strike one. 0-1 the count. And right now a lot of this is just getting the lineup card down for the Buckeyes as we got it late. 0-1. Fly ball into left field. Underneath it for the defense of the Buckeyes is Crayons, and he has it for out number 2. It's 2 up, 2 down. And as I talked about in the pregame show, the Buckeyes might not have as much talent as the CBF team, but they are one of the grittiest teams in the area for travel ball. They can really lag out results and dig deep to get the desired outcome. Now Reinhardt will step in, the shortstop. First pitch in will be a ball, 1-0 the count. But so far, Huffman doing a good job on the mound, just getting contact from the batters and letting his defense do the rest. That pitch off the plate for ball 2. But game number 1 spanning an hour and maybe 21 minutes. A very quick afternoon, potentially. But this game definitely could have the makings of a longer outing.
Yes, as I was down there, the coaches were definitely not ready to give me their lineup as the first game went super quickly that they had to hurry up into their dugouts. And the players had to hurry up and warm up just a little bit to get ready for this game.
Keep in mind the scheduled start time of this game still 17 minutes away. 3-1 shot foul towards the Buckeyes dugout and now full. A nice little coach and player fielding play. Skipped off of a coach into the hands of Tommy Keogh on the bench.
Caleb Reinhardt, who is now batting, he is at his home field, which he is going to play for next year at John Carroll.
A good first impression, potentially. The payoff pitch is upstairs. Ball 4, and it is the future Blue Streak being the first base runner of the day. Good patience there. Had a 3-0 count. It got a little dicey by the end. Had some swings. Decided to get that approach going. But in the end, he's reaching safely, and that's all you can really ask him to do if you are the Cleveland Baseball Federation. Now Corbin Marshall, the third baseman, steps in. But first, a warning shot back to the bag at 1, not in time.
A beautiful at-bat and base running is what John Carroll needs for their next baseball team, as they went to the Final Four at the OAC tournament but got knocked out by Mount Union.
I believe they beat Mount Union and then ended up losing to Ohio Northern later on. Mount Union, the first team to bow out in the OAC tournament as the host. And they were able to turn around and get a big win over Grove City, the first ever in program history. And speaking of Mount Union in the on-deck circle, it is one of their commits in Trey Martin. The 1-1 runner goes, it's outside. Ball 2, throw down is not in time, but good backup by the defense of the Buckeyes keeps it in the infield. But now a runner in scoring position, still 2 down. The Cleveland Baseball Federation, known for these gutsy wins, they have a chance to get a gutsy first run. It just depends on how they play out the next couple of pitches. Good contact, foul, 2-2. Marshall on it, just unable to straighten it out. But Marshall did a great job this past year for Chippewa, making first team All-State for Division 5. Before the 2-2, Huffman will look back the runner. And after this year as well, he'll be going to Wittenberg. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Huffman checks, sets, and delivers. Another foul ball this time. It will clear the netting. Once again, a beautiful campus here at John Carroll. Don Shula Stadium behind us. Top left of your screen, you see the softball diamond. Off to the side, just a couple of good-looking buildings. The old architecture, a good rustic feeling to this campus. 2-2, pop down into left field. If it falls, that will open the scoring, and it does. That will be an RBI double for Corbin Marshall. Once again, it's the left field line playing tricks on the defense. The Cleveland Baseball Federation strikes first.
No pun intended. The chip, Marshall chips away to the left side of the field to get that beautiful, beautiful placement on the ball to get that first score.
Now Martin steps in, a good piece, caught at short, and the side is retired. An excellent snag up the middle by Reinberger silences the rest of the CBF offense. How about that up the gut? That was guaranteed to go in the hole. That was definitely an RBI single in the making, but Reinberger says not so fast. Yet another dun-na-na play for the shortstop. Middle of 1 at John Carroll. It is still the Cleveland Baseball Federation getting the last laugh of 1-0 on the BHM Buckeyes. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. One nothing your score as we enter the bottom of the first inning here at Schweikert Field. It's an RBI double from Corbin Marshall, the point of difference right now. But Trey Martin had that hefty line out to Reinberger, who now steps in to swing. Momentum could still be up for grabs early on in this game, but you go back to that last inning. That ball just hung up in left field, finally getting down. It was a thing of beauty from the offense of the CBF. A tough start as well. The first 2 guys went in and went right back to the dugout, then a walk, RBI double. You're on the board.
Yep, what a quick run.
The 1-1. A good pop down the right side. It has a chance to fall, but it will be caught in foul territory for out number 1. That is Trey Martin legging it out to pick it up. Reinberger retired Martin. Martin returns the favor. On the mound today for the Cleveland Baseball Club, wearing number 10, it is Nathan Prussia. Prussia, the now rising freshman at John Carroll, just concluded his time over in Hudson. A great year for the Explorers, making it deep into the playoffs. I believe they made it to the regional semis, bowing out to Oregon Clay. That Clay squad, a very talented group, losing in the regional final. The 0-1, just inside 1-1. Malachi Kranz back in. We saw Kranz a little bit yesterday. A couple of good plays for him, but the real star of this team and Patrick Keogh awaits in the on-deck circle. Prussia checks the 1-1, and they're 1-2. And sometimes, even if there's nobody on, it looks like the pitcher is checking the bases, kind of just a cadence thing. You time it up, 1, 2, then you deliver. It also helps you not to overcomplicate the pitch. And sometimes they'll just step off like Prussia did there.
Definitely, he's taking his time, and he's owning up the mound right there.
I think what he's doing is waiting until he gets a pitch he likes, and every time he doesn't, he steps off. The 1-2. Popped up right side, could be Martin territory again. He will call off his second baseman, and the play is made for out number 2 to put out this frame, both by Trey Martin.
Very easy day for Martin right here. He is owning up that right field, as he is just a little bit in, but not too much in that they could get back to that warning track right there.
And for those who have been with us for a long time, you all know, did the whole Holy Name broadcasting thing for a couple of years, still cover Holy Name extensively. We do a lot of Padua as well, which is my alma mater's rival. That's where Trey Martin just graduated from. But now going to Mount Union, where I'm at now, there's that love-hate in there. You see the one side, and then you have the other. Kind of a ironic look. Could have had that with Picks by Merch, but unfortunately he decided to go to Gannon. He'll do great there, but still would have liked to have had the long snapper at Mount Union, and I give him plenty of crap for that at the last game that I saw him. We saw Merch a couple of times on the channel. Very good long snapper. I believe it was his uncle who played at the collegiate level for Purdue. And actually, on the graphic today, we had Trey Martin representing the Cleveland Baseball Federation. It was Merch's pick that we used. But this squad, very interesting. When you look at all the high schools, you have Copley, Benny, Barberton, Avon, Hudson, Revere, Northwest, Padua, Bay, Twinsburg, Fitch, Aurora, Chippewa, and Northwestern. You have Northwest and Northwestern. A line out right to the bag at third. Keogh has some good contact, but Marshall makes the play, retiring the side. Corbin Marshall got the offense going in the top of the first for the CBF, and he puts an end to the bottom of the first for the Buckeyes offense. End of one at Schweikert Field. 1-0 your score. The Cleveland Baseball Federation on top of the BHM Buckeyes. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. One inning down in game 2 of our doubleheader here at John Carroll. Ahead of schedule today as we are still 5 minutes away from the initial scheduled first pitch of this game, but we're an inning into the game. Not a bad trade-off as we are flying through this afternoon's contests. That could also put a slight change in the schedule down the stretch today as we could have a quick day at John Carroll. But all it takes is one elongated game to really ruin our flow. Either way, we're only here for this game still, and then the rest we are not. So those last 3 really don't matter for our timing.
Seems like these two teams are also going to have a defensive battle here.
Fly ball called, trying to track it down in foul territory. And I believe it will get down. Now 2-1 the count. Can't really see down that corner, but no designation made by the umpire. If it was caught, they'd have to do the out sign. Did not do it there. Reasoning from there pretty much suggests what we kind of expected. But it is going to be Johnson, Brazelton, and Miller this inning. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Huffman trying to shake off the last inning. Allowed that double with 2 down after the walk. That double then became an RBI double. 1-0 scoreline. Not out of hand yet. The 2-2 hits him. Just off the shoulder. There could be a case made that he kind of leaned in the end, but I don't think enough to reverse it.
I think it looked about that he was trying to get away from it, kind of turn a little bit, but you could make the argument that he tried to lean his shoulder into it, but in my case, I don't think he did.
Either way, Martwan Shannon able to reach via the free pass. Now it goes to Brazelton. Jalen Brazelton, one of the 2 Brazelton brothers on this squad, just finished up his senior year at Benedictine. A very good senior year, which saw the Bengals make it to the regional tournament, getting a big district final win at Louisville earlier on in May. But the OHSCA tournament will finally come to a close this weekend at Canal Park, finally ending the 2024-25 school year athletically. Maybe about a month after some of these guys graduated. I believe if anyone from Minerva was still to be in this tournament, then it would have been a month after they graduated. They were the first ones that did, I think, on like May 15th.
They graduated on a random Thursday.
May 15th then. The 2-0 in there for strike 1. But this year, definitely an interesting one with the expansion to 7 divisions. You have Final Four games now at Thurman Munson on top of Canal Park. You could say the talent pool is diluted in those divisions. Tough to say. Good piece into center field. That is another base knock for the Baseball Federation of Cleveland. Hit number 2 on the day. Brazelton, a good piece into shallow center.
Beautiful spot, as both Brazeltons are actually going to Walsh University in North Canton next year.
And looking now at Brandon Miller, just finished up his senior year at Northwest in Canal Fulton. Maybe a 30-minute stone skip away from Walsh. Canal Fulton right in line with them, just a little bit more out west. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. But we've been at Walsh recently over at the Baseball Diamond. Might be an old press box, but still a very good facility, very good internet. And as well as the home of Stark County Terriers. So you know you're going to get a show anytime you go there, as the Stark County Terriers have had a long-lasting legacy of dominance in travel ball in that area. But now there are some new players joining the mix. The Cleveland Baseball Federation really getting put on the map this year with this squad, getting HSLD to cover their games from a media perspective. That's a big deal for them. Then outside of that, you have OEB getting a big bump this year. I would say a lot more teams sprouting up. Obviously, you still have your big teams in Forest, Premier, those squads, but there's starting to be a bigger shift in travel ball in the area. A lot of new organizations popping up. BHM, another one that's been around for a little while now.
Yes, more talented players want to come and play now.
And that gives these tournaments a lot more weight and a lot of more talented players. Ball 4 upstairs, and the bases will be loaded for Brady Stovall, the catcher. 2 free passes and a base hit. And in the meantime, Keogh will go and talk to his pitcher, Huffman. Once again, we will be back on the air Sunday afternoon at Kent State, along with Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. first pitch for our first game. It will be semifinal number 1 in the 18U division, followed up by semifinal number 2. Or excuse me, it's the wild cards, then the semifinals, and then to end the day at 5:30, we have the championship game. Should be a fun afternoon at Kent State. We will be on the air at around 8:15 to get you ready for game number 1 of the day. We won't have those matchups until late tomorrow night as pool play extends through tomorrow. First pitch upstairs to Stovall, 1-0 the count. And if you are the Cleveland Baseball Federation, this is a chance to really start adding up to a potential run rule down the stretch. Good piece into right center field. It is down. 1 run will score. They send number 2. It's going to be a tight play at home. The play is cut off. The runners will stay at the corners. It's a 2 RBI single for Brady Stovall. Make it 3-0 CBF. Beautiful piece of hitting. Absolutely beautiful by Stovall.
The only junior on the team, he made a wild way to make a play and put 2 of his teammates in.
Well, when you look next to that tag and see the word Austintown Fitch, you can see that pedigree and understand why they brought him into this squad. Austintown Fitch, more known for their softball in the spring, as they have one of the best teams potentially in OHSAA history. You can make an argument these past 5 years, this is the best ever team to ever suit up. But baseball, don't knock them. They're good as well. There will be no throw on the advancement of Stovall. He will get the stolen bag by indifference.
Between Fitch and Strasburg, those 2 softball teams have made an impact on OHSAA softball, definitely. As we didn't see Strasburg in the final 16 at least. They did not make it to districts as they got knocked out by Canaan Valley this year, unfortunately. But they have made an impact for, I would say, about 10 state championships, maybe 8, 9, 10?
I think 11. I think
11?
I saw a video a couple weeks ago of the top whatever who won, and Strasburg was up there, but Canaan Valley, the reason why I think they're getting better is just take a look at their facilities. You see the new baseball and softball diamond. We were at Canaan Valley back in, I believe, late September for KSU Tusk Baseball. A beautiful complex. Only thing that would make it better is a press box, and I'm sure our friends over at Big Time Sports would appreciate that too. Good pop into right field, and it is caught. It is an excellent web gem. And I think the runner's just debating what to do. They get the ball back to 3, and he is safe at home. It's out number 1, and oh my goodness, it is time for some confusion. What did you see there, Allie? Because I am at a loss for words.
So am I. Honestly, beautiful catch. I think they were just amazed at the catch right there, but they still didn't get that heads-up play right there, as there is some runners on the bag. All he had to do is go back and tag up.
And the runner did tag up. I believe that is the call they are going to make. So that will be a sac fly for Sikora. Make it 4-0. I think that was the debate of if he went or not. And then he just stood in no man's land to see where the throw would go. A very interesting play there. I mean, I don't know if either side really knew if he did or not. And actually, they say the ball fouled. Never mind. Ground ball. It is through the hole. They will send run number 5 home. He is in. It's an RBI single for Jeffrey Seiss.
What an inning for Cleveland Baseball Federation. Actually, what a game for them. It is only the top of the second, and they are dominating so far with a 5-0 lead. They might get a mercy on this.
But I guess going back to that other one, they say the ball fell, erasing the web gem of Brady Cole. I don't think anybody really knows what's going on now, but Jeffrey Seiss, after an excellent career over in Richfield, has a great hit there. Time now called. The Buckeyes are going to talk things over. The Mercies, it's 12 after 3, 10 after 4, 8 after 5, so it's slightly abbreviated with the 2-hour time limit. Usually it's the 15 after 3, 12 after 4, and so on and so forth, but the Buckeyes are playing to try and only be here for maybe an hour at the most.
Exactly. They're trying to see what they can do to start from the ground up again. As it is only the top of the second, they need to find a way to stop the Cleveland Baseball Federation and at least get a few outs on the board so they can start hitting the ball.
And now my question for you is, how big of a stickler are you for the stats? Because if you look at it, this is still one inning of work because there's been 0 outs this frame, one more out, and then it's an inning and a third. So depending on how you want to score it, there you go. Double steal, throw down to 3 is in time for out number 1. Great chuck from behind the dish, courtesy of Keogh.
And that's what they needed. They need to get that lead runner and at least 1 out to at least start the defense in this inning.
Still a runner in scoring position for Hudson Abel, who flew out to left in his lone plate appearance so far. And the question for BHM is, who do they have left in their bullpen? Now that's a pass ball, and that throw out from Keogh, even more important, as that would have scored that runner. Instead, he will take third. But the Buckeyes, you could throw Pozo out one more time, depending on how long he threw yesterday against T3 Kimac. But I don't know. Down by 5 early on, your offense is going to need to find something in the bottom of the inning. Keep in mind, only 1 run scored this tournament, and it was in the opening inning against Premier Relic yesterday.
Yes, it is a big hole that they have to dig out of. But it is not impossible, as we're only in the top of the second. Anything is possible in the name of the game of baseball.
Beautiful down the line, but breaking foul and off of the softball field fence. That would have been another beautiful crack down that line. We've seen a lot of good hits out that way. The question is, will we see another one straighten out? And how aggressive is the Cleveland Baseball Federation going to be? And how quick can they get this one over with?
Yes, and that's what we were previously talking about in the last game, is that a lot of teams are looking to strike to the left field.
And you hate to mention the run rule this early on in a game, but you can only help but do it, just given how dominant the Cleveland Baseball Federation has been. As we've only played 4/3 of an innings, just to kind of break it down that way, over a run per third of an inning. Obviously the verbiage, not the cleanest there, but in order to describe what we're seeing, you have to go and break it down that way, and then you get your little nuggets of decimals over 1 run per third of an inning. Payoff pitch, hit foul. And you can kind of hear the umpire from here even rule it dead. I believe took a trip off of the ankle and eventually made its way into fair territory, but foul.
Definitely, that's going to leave a mark right there on Abel.
And looking at the infield, they are in. Their goal is to cut off the run at home. And down by 5, that is not a bad idea. The payoff pitch popped into left center field. It does have a chance to fall. The fielders converge. It is caught for out number 2. The runner will tag. The bases are cleared, and it is 6-0 Cleveland Baseball Federation. Good snag in center, but not enough on the relay. We will watch this one back again to review it. Just good communication out in center field that could have ended really bad for them. But in the end, they were able to talk things through. 6-0 scoreline. A completely great performance by the Buckeyes, by the Cleveland Baseball Federation. Strike one into Reinhardt, who is 0 for 0 on the day with a walk. But if you are the CBF, this has to be a very good statement performance. You wanted a game like this coming in. You knew this was your chance to really make an impact and really silence the critics, as I'm sure being a 5-0 squad, there are some critics saying they don't deserve it and so on and so forth. This is a game to say we're legit and we're not going anywhere.
Yes, they have definitely proven within these 2 innings that they are a very good team and they work well together. And seeing how the ball is placed at each pitch, each pitcher they face, they show dominance.
The 3-1. It is down low for ball 4, and that will be another free pass. Reinhardt walks for the second time, and Marshall will step back in. But looking at the Cleveland Baseball Federation, wins over the Lake Erie Black Sox 3-2, Release 18U 7-0, Ohio Wolfpack 6-2 and 9-0, and against Premier Ohio Monarchy 9-6. Those Premier and Release wins are really big statement wins, and they're showing that this could be the future of Cleveland baseball. If they can continue to pull talents like these for competitions in the future, the Cleveland Baseball Federation might be able to, even when it comes to late July, get an NABF bid and potentially have a chance to win the whole thing. This is the kind of squad that you would see in the NABF tournament.
Definitely, they have the offense, they have the defense, and they have the spark to keep going.
The question is, will they receive a bid from one of these tournaments or an equivalent? I don't believe they play in a league, so they won't get it from there, as a couple of these leagues do give bids to the NABF World Series. 1-1, roped into right field. It is another base knock for Marshall. Into third is going to be Reinhard, and that'll keep him at the corners. Still 2 down, and Trey Martin will have a chance for redemption.
Beautiful base running there, as the head coach did signal him to third, and he did get that slide right in time, as he had a speedy dish right out to third.
Now Trey Martin 0 for 1 with a hefty line out to Reinberger in the hole to retire the side in the last inning. But a chance for redemption for Trey Martin. And he might get it. It is slightly popped, and it will be caught at first to retire the side. A good play over at third, reading that angle by Pozo, and that ends the top of the second inning. We will watch this one back. Martin really unlucky not to get anything more from that hit. It was a nicely played ball. It truly was. Just on that one hop, perfectly played out by Pozo, and that stretch confirms the outs. But either way, it's the Cleveland Baseball Federation having a party here at Schweikert Field. Middle of 2 in game number 2 of the day. It's the CBF up 6-0 on the BHM Buckeyes. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Schweikert Field on the campus of John Carroll University. Bottom of the second inning and game number 2 of our doubleheader. It is the CBF up big, 6-0 on the BHM Buckeyes, and they look to extend their dominance into this frame. It was 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first. Now Rustic, Hunkele, and Cole are set to swing. The 0-1, down low, evening up the count. Once again, a bird's eye view here at John Carroll, up in the upper levels. Technically the football press box, but it does swivel, kind of similar to Ohio Northern with their soccer field. They have extra windows in the back of the box, and that way it is able to be used for both. And technically, Ken Duke Stadium in Medina, there's a small window in the back right corner that is used for baseball as well over there. Beautiful facilities all the way around for the once mentioned. Never have seen no one use in person, but have seen pictures of it. Especially at the D3 level, that's a good necessity to have one box for 2 fields, or if you really wanted to, a third field in the softball diamond.
Especially for,
Now it's popped up right to us, and, oh look, once again I couldn't make the catch.
oh no.
Saw that way too many times in my day, but once again I was behind the dish, so not in the outfield. Fly balls were not my expertise, and especially not ones that went over the football field almost. But a full count here on Rustic, the DH. Prussia looking for strikeout number 1 on the day, but he will have to wait. That one fouled back.
The Cleveland Baseball Federation does a really nice job getting those close pitches to the plate, but the Buckeyes are doing a nice job fighting off the close pitches.
The payoff pitch. That time runs too far inside, and the leadoff man is aboard for the Buckeyes via the hard 90. Definitely a hard hit to Rustic. Glad to see that he is okay and able to trot down the line, especially given that was a fastball. It's going to leave a mark and not feel good for the rest of the day, even though he is only the DH.
Definitely.
Ryan Hunkele, the first baseman, will step back into the box. Saw him yesterday a little bit, but I don't believe he had a base knock. He will look to change that here. Once again, the Buckeyes in desperate need of a win to keep their hopes alive in this tournament. The pitch. In there for strike one. And outside of this tournament, they play their regular season ball in the Ohio Prospects League. They look to make it back to the championship game where they bowed out last year to North Coast. A lot of those North Coast kids, though, now play for the OCBC that we saw win game number one. One of which, Jenny, I believe, pitched in that game. But a lot of talents on that roster, a lot of talent all the way around at St. Ignatius. The 1-1 in there for strike two. It's ironic we mention Ignatius. Their football field often uses Don Shula Stadium as their home, but on the baseball diamond, this is the home of Benedictine and St. Ed's. The Holy War represented on both sides of the box. 1-2, chopped foul. A lot of nice facilities in the area as well. Ignatius and sometimes Ed's will use Byers Field in the heart of Parma. A very big facility. 10,000 people can fit inside. It's often used for the bigger state tournament games. The 1-2 upstairs for ball two. But I think this year, really the first year that we're seeing so many different colleges used in the OHSAA tournament. We've seen them used before, yes, but I don't think in this kind of volume. The 2-2 upstairs for ball three.
Yes, as the college teams are now all getting turf, it is easier to use because of rain and lack of, just scraping the field and make sure it's all pretty and everything for every game. They can just pop one game and write out the other one, just like these tournaments.
Ground ball hit to third. This could be a double play. They get the lead and the trail. No, they say he's safe. From our angle, it looked like they got him, so we will watch this one back.
It looked like he pulled his foot on first base.
That could be it. I think the throw was in time, but upon the reestablishment, I think that's where the safe designation comes. But a great ranging snag by Marshall, and you'll see here. The throw beat him. You're right, the foot slightly came off the bag.
As a first baseman, it is very hard to see where your foot is on the bag.
But I agree. I think that was a very bang-bang play, but a good job by the umpire. Maybe not the best angle to see that heel up, but he got the right call in the end.
As a former first baseman myself, it is very hard to get that stretch and to see where my foot is on the bag, as it could very much hurt to do a split.
And heaven forbid you have to add in a pick on top.
Oh, definitely.
That makes it all the more worse. Cole now steps in, 1-0 count. Good block behind the dish by Stovall. No action on the bases. Blocking an underrated portion of the sport. We saw it a lot over the past couple of days. A lot of good blocking catchers, and that can really change the dynamic of the game. The 2-0. Upstairs for ball three. Prussia trying to relocate the zone.
The catcher, Stovall, as he is only going to be a junior, he is still very much looking for colleges if he is going to play at the next level. He has a lot of talent being this young of a player.
And I believe as well Stovall, a football player as well. Austin Fitch, coached by the ever-talented TJ Parker. And I believe Parker is a alum of Mount. I could be wrong, but I know he and Mount Union Sports Information Director Nate LaRisha, I believe, graduated at the same time.
Mount Union, very much known for their football. I wouldn't be surprised if he was from Mount.
3-1 count still. The pitch. Pops up, and it will carry on out foul. And as well, we did see a former Mount Union football player and Coach Coach Relic yesterday. Turns out he played with Nick Sirianni. Sirianni, 1 year older than him. And then in game number 2, you saw one of Mount Union's assistants and Corey Douglas take the role of the head skipper for the RBI Guards in a big win. They won their first game of the day by run rule 8-0. The payoff pitch, ground ball chopped up the middle, scooped up by Prussia. This time it goes wide left. What could have been a double play turns into an E1. Costly mistake on the mound by Prussia. Did everything right to scoop that one up. Just didn't have it on the throw to second.
Very nice reflexes, but unfortunately he did not get that throw. Very centered to communicate with his middle infield. But it's something that the Buckeyes definitely needed as they're down 6-0.
With 2 runners on, they got to convert here. Especially with the run rule looming large after the 4th inning potentially, or sooner. Keep in mind, it is 12 after 3, 10 after 4, and 8 after 5. And that's just to kind of keep things going. And I think in the championship round, it goes back to your 15 after 3, just to kind of keep things rolling. But at the same time, it gives you an extra step, as I think it is extended to 2 hours and 15 minutes for the time limit. The 2-0. In there for strike 1. Reddick, the second baseman, looking to drive the ball with fellow Painesville Riverside alum Mason Pozo awaiting in the on-deck circle. Pozo a chance to single-handedly change this game. 2-1, going to miss just low for ball 3. One more ball and the bases would be loaded with 1 out for the BHM Buckeyes. That would be a big turnaround for them given how this game has started. Prussia's 3-1. In there for strike 2, and that will bring Reddick right back to the batter's box. Kind of tossed the bat prematurely.
It definitely looked like a strike from this angle, but maybe not for him.
And a lot of the time, whether it's right or wrong, when that bat gets thrown, when you think it's ball 4 and it's not, the zone gets slightly bigger. The payoff pitch. That time, for sure, it's a ball up and in, and the bases will be loaded for Mason Pozo. That time, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it was a ball. The Cleveland Baseball Federation starting to see some pushback by the Buckeyes.
Definitely, the Buckeyes are coming back as they want more, not more, but some points on the board, as they don't have any right now. But they only have 1 out, so they have a lot to come by.
Pozo, known for his pitching at the high school level, only 2 at-bats this year for Riverside, 1 for 2 for the conference winners. The Riverside Painesville Beavers, a very talented bunch. This is kind of their golden era of athletics. And unfortunately, their head coach for basketball moving on, going back home to Independence, maybe 25 minutes down the road. That'll be a big shakeup there for Indy, who in the lower divisions can definitely make a push in the playoffs. 2-strike count on Pozo. Williamson, the AH, awaits in the on-deck circle. This will be a big second out for Prussia. The 0-2. Down low, blocked behind the dish by Stowall, and that will keep it close. But a great job by Stovall, able to block that one, keeping it right there. If that gets by, that's the opening run of the game for the BHM Buckeyes. Now a 1-2 count. Pozo looking to put the Buckeyes on the board. Fouls that one away.
He's just a bit late on every swing that he takes. If he just takes just a 1 more millisecond earlier, he might get it fair.
Timing is everything at the dish, especially for a guy like Pozo in this spot. 1-2, top corner, strike 3, looking for out number 2. First punch out of the day from Prussia, and it is a big one.
That definitely seemed just a little bit inside, but it did come into the corner. That's the movement that you need right there on the mound.
An inning reminiscent of, I believe, the bottom of the fourth, the Whitecaps having the bases loaded, no damage done. And that was all credit to the defense of the Ohio City Baseball Club. That's going to be a fun group to watch this summer if we get to see them again. A lot of talents, once again, all St. Ignatius. The 1-0. Lobbed outside for ball 2. And keep in mind, their star player who, I don't know how often he plays for them, and Jackson Anthony, not in attendance as he is with release down, I believe, in the Columbus area for a big tournament. Without the star player, they got it done, and in convincing fashion. The 2-0. Fouled away 2-1. We did get to see Jackson Anthony along with Xander Triplett head the top of the order for release in the Diamond League tournament. They went back-to-back. Triplett a 3-run bomb. Anthony a solo shot. Both have exceptional talent for release. 2-1 Cotton Williamson. The pitch. Upstairs for ball 3. 1 ball and a run will walk home. Right now, this might be one where you lob it in and hope for the best.
Yes, Pritchard is going to need the strike zone to be just a little wide for him if he's going to throw it just a bit outside again.
3-1. It will go inside, or excuse me, I believe now it's 3-1. But I thought on our count it was 3-1. Either way, that pitch, dangerously close to hitting him, could have been a free pass as well. Pritchard trying to recapture the magic. Hit down the line, but foul. If we weren't already, I believe now we are officially full. But a good idea trying to poke that down the line. If it's fair, that might be extra bases depending on where it will roll to. Or at the same time, you get the runner at third to retire the side. Definitely a tough spot to put it in. The pitch. In there for strike 3 looking, and Pritchard works out of the jam. The side is retired. No strikeouts through the first 7 at-bats of the day, but gets 2 big ones to end the second inning unscathed. Nathan Pritchard, what a job. This is going to be his home diamond for the next couple of years, and he is already getting cozy on the mound. End of 2 in University Heights. All Cleveland Baseball Federation, 6-0 your score on the SME Sports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. A chance for the Cleveland Baseball Federation to really slam the door shut on the BHM Buckeyes. 2 innings complete. Top of the third about to get underway. 6-0 your score. CBF on top. For those just tuning in, she's Allie Hall. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SME Sports YouTube channel. For CBF, it is the 6, 7, 8 hitters getting us underway just as they did last inning. A chance for a lot more damage. First pitch in there for strike 1. And if you are the CBF, getting a run rule early on in this game is a priority. Get your guys some rest. Obviously, they came into this game a little bit earlier than expected. So now the goal is get out of this one quick, get some time to rest up, and then get ready for the next game. The question is, how far along can we work in advance? And we might find the answer to that depending on how quick this one goes, especially if we're done at like 12, which we definitely could be. The 0-2, lobbed upstairs for ball one. But a quicker day than expected with game number one taking just over an hour and 20 minutes.
And it seems like Cleveland Baseball Federation also wants the quick game.
And just like last inning, it is a hard 90 on a 2-strike count getting us underway. Martwan Johnson once again wears it like a champ. Not necessarily exactly what he wanted to do, but either way it works. Shannon uncommitted, able to get on. But once again, the Twinsburg man, being an impact guy, he's a base runner. That's all he needs to do. Now it goes to Jalen Brazelton, the EH, 1 for 1 on the day with a single. But a lot of real estate in the outfield to potentially occupy. Sky, left side. This one, I believe, will break foul. It is on the line and caught in foul territory for out number one. Brazelton unable to repeat the feat of the single. And that'll bring up Brandon Miller. Miller 0 for 0 in this contest as he walked in his lone plate appearance. No matter what happens this inning, this is still the Cleveland Baseball Federation's game to win. First pitch upstairs for ball one. But the Buckeyes just looking for an answer. Their offense falling on deaf ears with the bases loaded. They're a scrappy team, but in the end, they couldn't get across the line. Good rope left side, and it will take a direct hit off of the softball field fence. 1-1 now the count. We said it a couple of times. Nice campus here. Looking at that softball diamond, kind of a tough drop off right behind the dish over there. But with the real estate they have, very good use of the space by John Carroll.
Yes, it is very limited here, but they use it very well, especially with the box that we have here that is, as the football field's right behind us, and then the baseball field right here. They use a lot of space here, but they use it very well with this box that we have here. Beautiful box.
And not only like competitions like this, but also the play-by-play classic being played at the gymnasium. You have a couple high school teams coming in to play football here. A lot of good revenue builders for the Blue Streaks. 3-1 count on Miller. Runner goes upstairs. Throwdown is not going to matter as it is ball four. Would have been a close call down at second base, but that's why he took off. You take the bag and kind of put a slight pep in the step.
Yes, seems like Stovall wants to trade places with the high-arm commit right here, as we got 2 on the bag, and right now he could be in scoring position to get maybe another run for 7 or 2 for 8.
And this could be the call to the bullpen for the Buckeyes as well. We do have somebody going back to the dugout. The ball will be taken from Hoffman. Somebody else will come on to throw. So we will step aside in the meantime. 6-0, all Cleveland Baseball Federation on top of the BHM Buckeyes. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Welcome back to Swikert Field on the campus of John Carroll. 2 on, 1 down, and it is going to be Malachi Kranz on the mound now for the Buckeyes. The call to the bullpen made. Was this the right time to make the change, or would you have given Hoffman a little bit more time?
I would have done a change since he was not adjusting to the strike zone very nicely, and we can see that Kranz is also trying to adjust to the strike zone right now and see how he could do on the mound here.
Stovall had 2 RBIs in his last at-bat on a single. He looks to bring in potentially 1 more or 2. It would just depend where he puts this ball. I don't think 2 runs score on a single, but you never know. The 2-1. A good poke up the middle. It is into center field. They will send the runner now, hold him up. That will be the right call. That would have been a close call at home. Too close for comfort. It's a single, and now Sikora will step in. Another guy who has an RBI single to his name. Bases juiced, 1 down in the top of the 3rd. The Cleveland Baseball Federation can get closer and closer to a potential run rule. And I think that's their goal right now.
Yes, they're looking to end this pretty early.
And you cannot blame them. Get out of here, get ready for the next game, and dominate. And that is a hard 90, a free pass for run number 7. Tough one there. Sikora wearing it, and now we go back to the top of the order with Jeffrey Seiss. Seiss has the power to change this game as well. There's not much to really change. They're up by 7, but I think they're looking more in the window pane in front of the 5 runs they need opposed to the 7 they have in the rearview mirror. Base is still loaded for the former Revere man. The pitch. In there for strike 1. And I think the zone is starting to get a little bit larger for the CBF. Once again, Seiss after this season heading off to Otterbein. The 0-1. A high hanger going into left field. They could send the runner. And they are going to test fate. The play at home will not be in time. It's a sac fly for Seiss. Make it 8-0 CBF.
CBF does look like they're having just a little bit fun here.
That's exactly what they needed. A run there. Obviously, they would have liked to have kept Seiss on the base path, but a run is a run nonetheless. And now through 5, they would have the run rule. Still a few innings away from that. They could potentially enforce it next inning with a couple of runs here. Now Abel stepping in, 2 down, looking to keep the inning going. Already 2 runs scoring this frame. Awkward pop off of the bat, and it is caught off the mound by Kranz, and the side is retired. An obscure pop just off to the pitcher's left, able to track it down. No more damage done. But 2 runs still score this frame for the Cleveland Baseball Federation. Middle of 3 in University Heights. It's CBF in control, up by 8. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom of the third inning at Schweikert Field on the campus of John Carroll University. 8-0 your score. The CBF in control over the BHM Buckeyes. For those just joining us, she's Allie Hall. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the Smee Sports YouTube channel. Through 5, the run rule would be in effect, but the Buckeyes have 9 outs to work with as of right now. That could be cut down to 6 in the top of the 4th inning, depending on how potent the offense of the CBF will be. Last frame, the base is stranded loaded, and that was really a killer for this BHM Buckeyes offense. Still only 1 run on the tournament.
Yes, the Buckeyes are really hoping to get at least 1 run here so they can rattle just a little bit of the CBF team here.
They need some kind of spark. 2-1 counts on Reinberger. Or excuse me, it is on Fort. Reinberger awaits in the on-deck circle. Fort listed as the 10 hitter. Both squads going with an EH in their orders. Some teams in the tournament, just like we saw in the last game with OCBC, opting to ignore the extra hitter. With ball 4 taken, Fort will reach via the free pass. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order with Reinberger. Having the leadoff man on definitely explores or gives room for CBF to explore offensively. The question is, can they get something done here? The Buckeyes just looking for that breakthrough. And unfortunately for them, they just haven't found it. Luck not on their side quite yet. First pitch in there for strike 1. Once again, we do have the overhead view today at John Carroll, way upstairs in the 3rd level. The 0-1. Ground ball hit to 3rd, but it is through. Marshall unable to keep it close, and on the E5, the second man will reach as well. Put a runner at 1st and 2nd, still nobody out. Hard hit ball to 3rd, just not enough time and not enough behind it to block it.
Yes, and that's what they need. They need a little more extra bases so they can round to get to the home plate.
Now Kranz will step back in. 0-1 on the day with a flyout. And Kranz now into the game as the pitcher opposed to the left fielder. And he was able to relieve Hoffman of his duties midway through the top of the 3rd. The 0-1. A good deep pop to left field. Plenty of carry, and it will get down on the warning track and bounce over. It is a ground rule double. That should bring the 1 runner back to 3rd. It will be an RBI double nonetheless. That should make it 8-1.
That is a very big hit that the Buckeyes definitely needed to get on the board right there. Now the CBF have to get a little more momentum to get that mercy roll if they really want to get out earlier.
And with 2 runners in scoring position, it is going to be a lot easier said than done. That definitely does change the dynamic here. The question as well is, can Prussia stay in this game much longer, or will we see the call to the bullpen made? Definitely could see that happen depending on what happens. First pitch a little bit up for ball 1. Keogh looking for a big hit here, as last time he lined out to the 3rd baseman.
CBF does have about 7 pitchers on their roster, so they have a lot to get.
High hanger in the infield over towards 3rd. Marshall underneath it has it for out number 1. And a very necessary first out. You talk about errors, that E5, that could have been a double play. That would have taken that 1 run off the board, or at least the lead runner. And that lead runner, in the new case, would have been the back runner, and he would be at 3rd, no run scores. Different dynamic, but the pass is the pass, and right now, CBF just looking forward to what we're seeing right now. And that's all they can do. They can't dwell on the past mistakes. They have to get rid of those and just focus on the task at hand, which is getting through this dominant and potentially convincing win. Depends on how they play their cards in the next couple of innings.
Yes, it seems like the defense is definitely pushing through the momentum here just to get out of this inning and hopefully to get just a few more runs tacked onto the board.
It'll be a 1-1 count on Rustic, the DH. He reached via the free pass the hard way in his lone plate appearance so far. 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. Next inning for CBF, it is going to be, I believe, Reinhardt, Marshall, and Martin. That'll be the 5-4-3 slots. 1-2 count on Rustic. The pitch. Lobbed in, hits the corner for strike 3 looking. It's out number 2. Rustic didn't think he was going to get rung up for it, but Prussia will take his third punch out, and I think rightfully so, right on that corner perfectly. And now things will turn to Hunkley. Technically over one with a fielder's choice in his lone plate appearance. Ground ball hit to second base, scooped up by Miller. Throw to 1 is in time, and the side is retired. But not before 1 run does score on a ground rule double hit by Malachi Kranz. End of 3 in University Heights. It is the Cleveland Baseball Federation still up 8-1 on the BHM Buckeyes. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top of the 4th inning here in University Heights. 8-1 your score. It is the Cleveland Baseball Federation on top of the BHM Buckeyes. Fly ball right side, foul to get us underway in the new frame. 0-1 the count on Reinhardt. It's Reinhardt, then Marshall and Martin. 3 M's in the 3, 4, and 5 slots. You could say it's M&M, but then there's an extra M on top, so don't know what you want to do about Trey Martin. But 0-1 the count on the 3-hitter who has 2 walks to his name. And based on the first swing, he is not getting a good path to repeating. That will help, as that is ball 1. But if 3 runs do score this inning for the CBF and they do hold up on defense, the game would be over. The 1-1 hits him. Free pass the hard way to get us underway in the top of the 4th.
He's definitely done a good job getting on base without even needing to swing.
Sometimes those are the best players. Think of a Brandon Geyer from the then Indians back in the day. Called him pin cushion for a reason. He'd always have to wear a pitch to get on. but it worked out perfectly for the Indians as they made it to the World Series when we had him. Roger Davis's home run, a big motivative factor down the stretch for the guys to get back in that game, but still a heartbreaker to the Cubs in 2016. The 3-1 irony was complete after that. It's still very weird to see. To begin the year, you have the other 3-1 with the Cavs, and then, unfortunately, since it is Cleveland in front of the sports team, the irony had to happen.
Oh, definitely. Being a Cleveland fan is definitely a curse.
It's tough, but it's always rewarding in the end. Sometimes you see a lot of these good games with Jameis this year and all those. Is there true diehards that one day when they eventually do find their breakthrough, it's going to be a fun party in Cleveland? Just, I would stay clear of the Muni lot and anything within a 20-mile radius of the new stadium or the old stadium at that point. The 0-1. Ground ball hit to second base. This could be trouble. They will airmail the play at 2, and he will be in safe. First to reach, that will be a throwing error. Just unable to keep that down. You kind of saw that awkward hop. I'm thinking, okay, where is this going to come from? And all of a sudden, just didn't get his footing down right.
Yes, should have been a routine double play, but unfortunately, they didn't get that throw quite right.
And all of a sudden, the second baseman has been pulled.
Coach did not like that error.
I don't think I've seen something like this that did not result in an injury. I'm going to hope that Reddick's okay. But absolutely bizarre. I mean, in softball, you don't even see that. That's obscure to say the least, but it could be an injury that's hidden. I don't know. That's a tough one to look into. Now Trey Martin steps in. 2 unfortunate outs so far. And this one's coming towards us. Will it hit off the box? No. And it will eventually fall.
It was very close for staying inside the park right there. But just a little bit too much to the wall.
That would have been a fitting way for this at-bat to go for Martin. He had that unfortunate line out to Reinberger in the hole. The one hop beautifully played at third by Pozo. And then that. And in knowing Trey, I'm sure he would have found a good laugh or two from it too, especially given the result. The 0-1. Up and in for ball one. But Trey Martin, a good player, but also a good kid as well. Very respectful one. I have had the pleasure of covering him over the years for Padua. One of their top guys. The 1-1. Upstage for ball two. And even the other Martin in Chase. First ever game played was a perfect game on the mound.
And that's not something you see very often, especially in young talent.
And you already see on social media Coach Douglas trying to sway the other Martin to come join Trey eventually at Mount. That would be nice, but given how Chase has played so far, he might have Ashland or above on his radar. But still very early to tell. 2-2 count on Trey Martin. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That's out number one, and it comes at a big time. Still 2 runners on, but no damage has been officially done yet this frame. Now Martwan, trying to see the name on the right. Can't even read my own writing at that point. Martwan Shannon, now steps in. But Shannon, so far today, 2 hard 90s, looking to potentially drive one.
Yes, the Hiram commit has had an unlucky game, but lucky on the bases. Hopefully he doesn't get hit again, but he gets a hit with the bat instead of his body.
That's the goal. 0-1 count. The pitch. Chops that one foul. 0-2. But the Cleveland Baseball Federation definitely wants something out of this inning, especially those 2 runners on right now. Make it at least close to that run rule and have it solidified for the 5th at worst. And it looks like for the next game, we do have some players starting to arrive back, knowing how quick these games are going. 0-2 count. The pitch. Upstairs for ball one. In the bottom of the inning for BHM, it is Cole, Reddick, and Pozo. But we could see a change, as I think that's Michalski now at third, now at second. He could come in. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2. 2 big punch-outs in a row from Kranz.
And this is what you needed from your second string right here in the game. He is doing a fantastic job working the strike zone right now.
Now it is Brazelton coming in. Still 2 ducks on the pond, but 2 down. First pitch bounces in to Keogh for ball and 1. But Michalski now in the game, replacing the second baseman, Reddick. I kind of think that will be a change reflected in the batting order, but we will see in a few moments. Double steal is on. They throw down to 3. It is not in time on the tag. A dangerous play, but a good execution in the base path by both runners.
Very, very close, but unfortunately the Buckeyes weren't getting that out right there. What they needed to shut out this inning.
Still have the prospect of doing it on the horizon. It's a pass ball, and that prospect has gone away. Run number 9 is in. Second time a pass ball has resulted in a run. And with a walk here, that would put the run rule inducing run at the bottom of the inning on the base path. The game can't end here and now. It would have to end in the bottom of the inning regardless. But pure domination by the Cleveland Baseball Federation, up by 8. The pitch. Upstairs for ball 4. It is a clear-cut 4-pitch walk. And as we just mentioned, the run rule inducing run now stands at first. That was the goal coming in. Get some kind of run rule. And they are on the cusp of getting it. Barring a defensive collapse in the bottom of the 4th inning, which 1 run did score last inning, which in getting the run rule is going to hurt right now, but definitely manageable. It is Brandon Miller stepping in, chops that one down the line, and they will keep it fair. The run to first is just in time, and that's how the inning will end. He thought it was going to go foul, let it go, but snatched at the last minute. That's a high IQ play by the first baseman.
Definitely. He was very quick with that one, and unfortunately, they both had a little tumble over there, but in good spirits, they both just shook it off.
Hunkel able to hustle back to the bag. That is a big stop by the Buckeyes. Still 1 run scores on a pass ball. Middle of 4 here at John Carroll. 9-1 your score. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. A great day at the office for the Cleveland Baseball Federation as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. 9-1 the score. For those playing along at home, this would be a big enough lead for the Baseball Federation to get a run rule win after the next inning, assuming no more damage is done. First pitch of the bottom of the 4th is grounded to short. The throw across is in time for out number 1. Simple 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. Good putouts over at short by Miller, who now has moved over and now has swapped with Reinhard at second. Kind of a interesting switch up the gut that was just made, but if that's what works, that's what works. Sycor is still over at first, and at third, it is still going to be Marshall. And I assume for now, Prussia is going to finish this game unless he has to throw a lot of pitches in one of the next 2 innings. He did have a longer outing in the bottom of the 3rd than anticipated, but it wasn't long enough to derail his chances to close this one out.
I think for next game we'll see a different pitcher, as they do have 7 pitchers on their roster.
And in travel ball, it's an old saying, non-pitchers become pitchers in a pinch. It definitely does happen if needed. The 0-2. Ground ball hit towards second base. Good charge by Reinhardt. The throw to 1 is in time. It's 2 up, 2 down. Both putouts made in the middle of the infield.
Very easy inning for the Cleveland Baseball Federation so far. Haven't had much footwork going on right here.
Now Pozo steps in, 2 up, 2 down. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. And as we mentioned, a quick inning would do wonders for Prussia's chances to finish this game. So far, so good. Pozo chops that one foul, 0-1. This will be our only, not really only, but second game of the day and our final game. No more contests on the channel until Sunday, where we will have the 18U championships at Kent State. The 0-1. In there now, 0-2. But Sunday should be a fun day of 5 games. 8:30 a.m. first pitch for the first one. 5:30 p.m. is the final game getting underway, assuming everything holds true to the timeline. The 0-2, a good pop into shallow center field. Now going back a little bit more than expected, but tracking it down is the center fielder, Abel, and the side is retired. It looks like another change in the outfield. Everybody just kind of shifting around, but it does not matter. The Buckeyes go in order. CBF looking to solidify their run rule in the top of the 5th when we return. This is the 2025 Midwest Challenge on SME Sports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Potentially the final inning of our doubleheader set to get underway here. 9-1 your score. The Cleveland Baseball Federation on top of the BHM Buckeyes. After this inning, if the score stays the same, we will have the run rule enforced and the Buckeyes will lose 9-1. If not, if they're able to put a run on the board, or if the Buckeyes are able to do so and the Buckeyes, or excuse me, the Baseball Federation is able to put a run on the board, but so is BHM. They put on more. Then the game goes on. Basically, if the Buckeyes lose an inning outright or tie an inning, it's over. Kind of a complex way to describe it, but definitely a lot of twists and turns could still happen. We've seen a lot of interesting baseball today. A lot of turning points come to just be another routine inning. We'll see how this one plays out. I think we're going to see Prussia stay on the mound for the Baseball Federation in the bottom of the 5th inning. No true reason to pull him unless pitch count's too high. If he's under 50, maybe you throw a new arm on just to keep him safe for the rest of the tournament. But otherwise, I think he's the guy to close this game out.
Yes, Prussia has been doing a nice job at today's game. He's been staying very steady, very motivated, and he's been trusting his defense.
2-2 the count. It is Stovall followed by Sikora and Sykes this frame. Or excuse me, it's 3-2, and that will be ball 4. And he will take a sprint down, take the turn, and will stay put at first. But that's why you hustle down the line. You try and bait that throw and work from there. With the leadoff man aboard, Sikora will step in. An RBI single along with a hard 90 to his name in the contest. This is going to be a big statement win for the Baseball Federation. They will improve to 6-0. The pitch. Bunt popped, left side, foul 0-1. Keep in mind the start time coming a little bit earlier than expected. I believe we got underway at 10:25. That puts us near an hour and a half in. We've already played more baseball in this game than we did in the last one, in its entirety of 7 innings.
Yes, definitely. The competition has been a little less prominent in this game. As you can see, it's been a longer game.
Missing down low, throw down to 2, not in time. But overall, in the real field time clock, which kind of takes into account how long the game has gone since its initial start time, or at least its scheduled start time, we're an hour and 7 in that regard. So by that definition, we are still well ahead of schedule. Fly ball caught in left for out number 1. Relay not in time to second base. Good work by Stovall to make it back in. No real worries from the throw in. But still a big out number 1 for the Buckeyes, keeping the runner at bay. And we go back to the top with Sykes. Sykes so far an RBI single, a sac fly, and a ground out. That pitch off the plate, Keogh unable to get there in time, and that will give third base to the runner.
Beautiful slide by Brazelton. No wonder why Walsh is using his sliding abilities and base running abilities to their advantage.
And that is a new change into the game as well. I believe in place of Stovall, who will still probably catch. He will tag up in the meantime, and the relay home will not come in time. It will be a sac fly for Sykes, make it 10-1. And that further solidifies the run rule. Second sac fly in a row from Sykes in this contest. And now with the bases cleared, Hudson Abel steps back in, up by 9. Right now it's time 11:54. The goal, I think, for a lot of these players on the Baseball Federation squad was to be done around noon, maybe 12:15, give themselves a chance to recuperate, and it appears they are well on schedule to make that happen. The pitch. In there for strike 1. BHM will send up Williamson, Fort, and Reinberger as their last hopes in the bottom of the 5th. Ground ball left side, foul. Right now, BHM would need a total of 2 runs to keep the game going. In this whole tournament, they have a total of 2 runs across almost 3 games. First run came against Premier Relic on the earlier side yesterday. Game slot number 2, number 1 at Tri-C, and then they scored their other run moments ago. The offense has looked dangerous on multiple occasions, able to get runners on in dangerous spots, but in the end, they just haven't been able to get it done.
Yes, nothing impossible for the Buckeyes, but in order to stay in this game, they're going to have to tack on at least 2 runs. And in the name of baseball, nothing is impossible.
Strike 3 looking on the corner, retires the side. Malachi Kranz comes in. It might still be a losing effort, but settles things down. gives a little look over to Abel. He dominated as much as he could today. He also has the only RBI of the game for the Buckeyes with a ground rule double. Malachi Kranz putting on a clinic in this one. Last ups for the Buckeyes, unless they complete to 10-1 your score on SME Sports as well. Once this game goes final, stay tuned after our final commercial break. Then we will announce our CrossFit Strongsville player of the game. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom of the fifth inning at Schweikert Field, potentially the final half inning of our doubleheader today. Unless the Buckeyes can plate a pair of runs, this game is over, and what a start defensively to the bottom of the fifth. It's a web gem for out number one. Corbin Marshall climbs the ladder.
That is a very nice snag by the Wittenberg commit. Not many people can jump that high and get that ball.
And I think out of nowhere, the excitement has kind of come back in. It's been a slow finish here, dreary afternoon, but it's plays like that that get us right back into the action, and there's strike one. Prussia still doing a good job on the mound. He is in line for the complete game in 5 innings. And it looks like we'll have 2 new teams for the next game. Premier, they have... I'm trying to think who that could be. We will get confirmation during the break of who it is. Swing and I believe a tip, now 0-2. But still, I believe 3 more games after this one today at John Carroll. We will not be here for those. Only doing the first 2 games today so we can make preparations for Sunday at Kent State. The 0-2 down the right side, scooped up at the bag at 1 for out number 2. And all of a sudden, the Cleveland Baseball Federation at long last can sound their final countdown after making 2 great defensive plays. The last line of offense, it is going to be Reinberger. Reinberger, a solid afternoon so far. And it looks like the Cleveland Baseball Federation, they will still be playing at 1, and it's against Premier Gambetta. And Gambetta squad, a very talented group. Unfortunately, we did get to see them, but not for long on Sunday due to the rainout. They look for redemption this week to potentially be the 1 seed again. The 0-1, ground ball up the hole. This could do it. Picked up by Miller. The throw to 1 is not in time, and the game will continue. Great hustle by Reinberger to give us 1 extra at-bat. The Buckeyes now have the game-saving run in the batter's box. 8 after 5 is the run rule, and they have a chance to make it 8, but 8 doesn't really do them much good. They need 7 or fewer to have to recapture. But I believe it will be a different Cleveland Baseball Federation squad coming in as well to play that next game, or just some new faces coming in as well. Runner goes. It's upstairs. The throw down to 2 is in time, and that's a loud way to end this one. Excellent chuck by Stovall, and it will go down as a 10-1 win for the Cleveland Baseball Federation. What a way to close it out. They couldn't get the routine play, but why not a loud one?
beautiful throw by Stovall. The spot was perfect there.
Perfectly executed. Nothing more you could have asked for from the rising junior at Austintown Fitch. 10-1 your final in game number 2. One final commercial break, and then we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 10-1 your final in game number 2 of our doubleheader. It is the Cleveland Baseball Federation staying perfect, getting the victory over the BHM Buckeyes. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville belongs to the third baseman Corbin Marshall. 2 hits today, an RBI double, a single, and he also reached on an error. Also a couple of great putouts over at third. Overall, from offense to defense, a great performance.
Definitely. The Cleveland Baseball Federation definitely deserves that no loss streak. They are pretty legit, as you can see, but the Buckeyes didn't not put out either. They did a very nice job on defense, and they tried for offense, putting 3 people in scoring position, but unfortunately they couldn't get that many runs on the board with 1.
An overall great performance of the Cleveland Baseball Federation, the area's hottest travel team. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SME Sports on Instagram and SMEFest2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SME Sports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out our efforts here at SME Sports. If you want to help out in a monetary fashion, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you if you are a small business or just a regular business owner to promote the best of your business and your brand. If you are not a business owner but still want to help out in a monetary fashion, you can go to our website at smesports.com, go over to the donate tab, and make a monetary donation that goes into reinvesting in the channel, which includes equipment, updates, and other things along those lines. But that'll do it from Schweikert Field on the campus of John Carroll. In game number 1, it was OCBC taking down the Whitecaps 4-1. And in game number 2, it was the Cleveland Baseball Federation taking down the BHM Buckeyes 10-1. For Allie Hall, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from University Heights, and we will see you again on Sunday for the championships of the 2025 Midwest Challenge at Kent State University for the 18U division. This has been the 2025 Midwest Challenge on SME Sports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Thank you for watching. We will see you again on Sunday.